Today, I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine.
Hello everyone. Washington approved the delivery of the first Abrams tanks to Kyiv, which may appear in Ukraine in early autumn. The approval process has been completed. The Abrams is waiting to be shipped to Europe and to Ukraine, along with all accompanying equipment, including ammunition, components, fuel pumps and repair equipment. We provide tanks and the accompanying equipment package, Assistant U.S. Army Secretary in charge of procurement Doug Bush said on August 7. Bush did not disclose the number of Abrams tanks in the first batch approved for delivery to Kyiv, but said they would be available in Ukraine in early autumn. The plan is still on schedule, the U.S. Army official said. The U.S. on January 25 agreed to provide 31 M1A2 Abrams main battle tanks to Ukraine after many months of refusing this request. The Pentagon later said it would provide a less complex variant of the M1A1 to speed up deliveries, as it can be withdrawn from storage and refurbished faster than modern models. In total, the U.S. intends to provide 31 Abrams tanks. Two unnamed sources said that the first batch will consist of about 6 to 8 aircraft, equivalent to a company. So, how is the capability of this U.S. M1 Abrams tank? Will this tank be effective in repelling the Russian army, or will it have the same fate as the German Leopard 2 tank, which became an easy target for Russian Lancet roaming ammunition? M1 Abrams tanks have led American battle assaults for decades. The M1 Abrams tank is considered one of the best tanks in the world today. However, the export versions for some countries are not equipped with the same armor as the U.S. military version, making them more vulnerable to anti-tank missiles. Carrying a crew of 4, the Abrams was first deployed to war in 1991. It has thick armor, a 120mm main gun, armor-piercing capabilities, advanced targeting systems, thick tracked wheels and a 1,500 horsepower turbine engine with a top speed of about 42 miles per hour, or 68 kilometers per hour. Crews interviewed in a 1992 Government Accountability Office review after the Persian Gulf War praised its high survivability, and said several M1A1 crews reported receiving direct frontal hits from Iraqi T-72s with minimal damage. More recently, the Battle Titans led the charge to Baghdad during America's 2003 invasion of Iraq, as 3rd Infantry Division units conducted what was dubbed thunder runs to break through Iraqi defenses. The Abrams' powerful jet engine can propel the tank through almost any terrain, whether heavy snow or heavy mud, said Kevin Butler, a former Army lieutenant who served as an Abrams tank platoon leader. Butler recalled a muddy exercise in the late 1990s at Fort Stewart, Georgia, where he'd voiced concern about the tanks getting stuck because it had already stuck the Humvees. The Abrams, he said, didn't even notice the mud. The Abrams jet engine needs hundreds of gallons of fuel to operate. It will burn through fuel at a rate of at least 2 gallons per mile, or 4.7 liters per kilometer, whether the tank is moving or idling, Butler said, which means a constant supply convoy of fuel trucks must stay within reach so it can keep moving forward. The U.S. worried that the fuel demands would create a logistical nightmare for Ukrainian forces. While an Abrams can storm through the snow and mud, fuel trucks can't. In addition, like any jet engine, the Abrams turbine needs air to breathe, which it sucks in through filtered rear vents. When those vent filters get clogged, whether by sand, as soldiers reported to GAO in 1992, or by debris they might encounter in Ukraine, they can't perform. The Abrams tank is a very complicated piece of equipment. It's expensive, it's hard to train on. It is not the easiest system to maintain. It may or may not be the right system, the Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, Colin Kahl, told reporters last week at the Pentagon. The Abrams also will require months of training. Ukrainian forces will have to learn how to operate its more complex systems, and how to keep it running and fueled. U.S. officials have warned that fuel and maintenance problems will make it difficult for the M1 tank to be effective when the Ukrainian military operates them in the war with Russia. An unnamed U.S. official earlier this year confirmed that the Abrams delivered to Ukraine were equipped with armor and configurations for foreign customers because Washington still maintains a policy of banning the export of Abrams tanks with depleted uranium armor. The U.S. also removes components with sensitive technology before transferring them to Ukraine to prevent them from falling into the hands of the Russian military, preventing Moscow from obtaining information about top-secret technology on Washington's tanks. Timing for both delivery of the tanks to Ukraine and the training of Ukrainian troops is fuzzy. U.S. officials would only say that it will take many months to deliver the Abrams tanks, but that the Leopards will arrive faster. Doug Bush, Assistant Secretary of the Army for Acquisition, said the U.S. no longer buys new Abrams, but uses older ones as seed vehicles and refurbishes them. Doing that, however, isn't quick or easy, he said. The training can begin more quickly, and the Pentagon is developing a program. We want to make sure that they or the tanks fall on ready hands, and that the Ukrainians know how to use them, they know how to keep them running, and they've got the supply chain in place for spare parts and supplies, said National Security Council spokesman John Kirby. According to Bush, the Ukrainians have proven they possess the knowledge and aptitude to pick up new systems rapidly. He told reporters, "We can frequently shorten and speed up what we can do in terms of training for Ukrainian army soldiers. We can teach individuals very rapidly," he claimed, with enough motivation and dedicated 24/7 access to them. The American army is skilled at doing that.